Well, okay then. Hello, YouTube. Welcome from Emmett, Idaho. Don't you know? Part 2 of this sonnet, change of plans. I'm going to show you the brakes, is what part 2 is about, and the underside. But before we get there, I realized I needed to tighten up the alternator a little bit. As you can see, that alternator is sort of buried in there. She's a booger to get to. And so I found the easiest ways to pull that valve cover off. And while I had the valve cover off, I thought, God, what a good time to show how immaculately clean it is. Miles on this engine, I'm going to assume maybe under 3,000. I'd be hard pressed to say more than that. I went to the Oregon coast and back from Emmett in '08, I believe, with Cheryl. And we did a camping trip and was gone for a couple of weeks in this thing. So those miles were put on it. Things that have been done to this engine. Another look while we're in here, and I don't know that we're going to see it, but it's double springs in there. There you go. If you look, you can see another shiny up in there. It's double springs. I don't remember if he said triple, but I know it's double. I think he said he'd put triples in there if he could. And as you may know, that's to keep the engine from floating at high RPMs. So this engine was balanced and blueprinted by a fella, Linder. Had a shop-off Linder over there in Boise, did all the J's work. This thing hanging here right there doesn't go there. It actually goes inside that cubby down in there, and we've talked about that on the other video. That's an not aftermarket. That tank is actually out of a Tempo. An 83 Ford Tempo is that's exactly what size that tank is that'll fit in there. All right, enough time in this engine bay for right now. The electric fan, you may have spied that. There you go, there's the electric fan. All right, I want to try to get some shots of the underside of this thing. So bear with me. I don't know what we're going to get. I'm not very good at that now, am I? And that's actually a dang brush guard, but from the back I had a pretty good view. So let me try it from the back. You never know. So we'll get a shot of... There's the new brake pads, green stuff they're called. I'm waiting on the brake lines. I'll get a phone call today. We'll install new brake lines. Now you see this mayhem right here. All right, if you look at the whole panel there and down here, that's actually been cut out and replaced, if you see. And if we go to the other side, you'll see that there's those new pads, and you'll see where previously, whoops, there it is, where that brake line goes, that had been cut out in order to get in there, because real estate is tight, and the only other way to work on it is to pull the bonnet off, and even with the bonnet off, that's a tight place to get. So there's new ones on the front. As you can see, these rotors are in good shape. Oop, where's that rotor? The rotor's in good shape. This needs to be, it's got the grit stuff on it, that pink. See that pink on those pads? Supposedly that'll hone that new shoe. The back has been serviced recently by Jay. And so I know the brakes are good. I've pulled the pad. You can hear they're right there. I mean the emergency brake. And same with the other side. Recently serviced. I pulled the cap. I'm not pulling them all apart right now. Maybe this is where I was getting a better undershot of the car. There you go. Bear with me. Yeah, there's a good shot, see? And that's not rust. That's, what the hell is that? Well, that's battery. That's the drain for the battery, so. Really? I don't see rust. I'm sure it's there somewhere. It always is. But this particular car has been pretty well taken care of, and it gets used. So, once again, if you think you want to come take a look at this car, then let me know. Thanks for your time. We'll make a number 3, I think, once she's running. Bye.